Talkers, welcome back. Today I have a special mega social media star, man of the moment, who travels all around the world between Australia, Miami, and Israel. And he works really hard, and I managed to snatch him away for today. Here with me in the studio, Joseph Wax.
Thank you for having me.
What an honor. I'm so used to seeing you all over that to have you here sitting in front of me, it's a bit confusing. I don't see you silent and calm. I see you always in action.
It's been 2 minutes, yes.
A little of ADHD.
A little.
Yes, but your ADHD is doing a lot of good. And I've been following you, and you have become such a power for families who have lost, children who have lost. How did your story start? Because you live in Miami, you don't even live here.
Right. So October 7th, I was in New York with a friend of mine, and we were glued to the television like everyone in the diaspora, shocked at the events that we were watching, couldn't believe it. October 8th, we went to the city, to Manhattan, because we thought there's going to be pro-Israel solidarity marches or what have you.
Yeah.
We could not believe what we were watching. People were demonstrating against the state of Israel and pro-Hamas, and they were celebrating the death of Jews. And this is before we didn't even bury the dead yet. We couldn't even count. We didn't even know what happened yet. Yeah. And I turned to my mate Levi, and I said to him, this time, it's very different. Imein anili mili. I realized that we're on our own at this point. So a few days later, I picked myself up, and I came to Israel with my son. My son came, he just finished the army service. He came straight back here. He didn't even have a tzab shmone. And he came here to assist, really to help me in the beginning. And day in, day out, we went down to the south or to wherever people needed help. And we started working. And then 2 weeks later, he went into to his army base up north. And he was there.
I saw you, you were one of the first ones, even before a lot of journalists, to get into Be'eri, to the kibbutzim.
Right.
You did a sivuv, you did a tour of the kibbutzim with Minister Benny Gantz. And
Amir Ohana.
And Amir Ohana. You were there, there was still...
They were pulling out bodies at that time. It set the tone. I saw Ein Domesh Mir L'Riya. There's nothing like seeing what I saw. I'll never forget the smell, the visions that we saw, and the people just explaining as they were pulling out bodies what was going on there. We met the head of Zaka. He's explained to us what was going on while they were doing it. And the death and destruction, the smell still in my nose. And I just went back very recently. And it's traumatic.
But Joseph, there's a lot of people who want to come from, all over the world to see, to help. You went straight in, like full, how does this work? How did you get access to everything? It's a lot of work. For people who want to do this, who want to help, I mean, you're pretty unique. You do a lot of things out there.
So everyone's got their talent, and I've realized that this war is very different. Our nation, our people are united. We're very, very strong together, and we've got a lot of talented people out there. But we can't compete against the billions that are really out attacking us. Go look on social media. I mean, we're just a little piece of the puzzle. The question is on how. I'm so proud on how well we're doing against all odds.
Right.
And this is the story of Am Yisrael, where, everywhere you walk, you meet heroes. The person that overcharged you 20 shekel on the falafel 9 months ago is now saving lives here in Israel. It's unreal.
So,
so everyone can come and do something. And even the people that can't come here to do something, they could be doing it from Melbourne, Australia, and from Miami, help the people that are helping people on the front lines. And everyone's got their talent. For me, I've realized my passion was with helping the families and children that have lost loved ones. I walked into, a few days after it happened, I went to Ofakim, and I met a little boy on the street, and he asks me, Ata ra'ev, are you hungry? Ata tzameh, are you thirsty? And I said to him, no, but then I realized that he had a tear on his t-shirt.
Yeah.
So he must have been sitting shiva. I only found out hours later that his father and his brother was just killed going out of their home a few blocks away from where the firefight happened in Ofakim, went out to save lives. And this is a town that I Ofakim that I fell in love with the people there. You walk down the street.
Ofakim is becoming your town.
I love the town. I love every town.
Everybody
the
knows
people, Nativot, Sderot, wherever we go, I love the people there. But Ofakim was the first place I go to, and that's why I actually started Hayadim Shalanu. I realized that the children need us because there's so much. Everyone was involved with the war efforts, which the war efforts are going on right now. But unfortunately, the children are forgotten at times because parents, everyone's involved. There's not a person in Israel, Ein Bai Shen Lomed. Every person knows somebody that was killed, somebody that's a hostage, somebody that's injured. So everyone's busy like crazy, and it's the children that Chas v'Shalom that we forget about. So my goal is, I know that we can't bring back the fathers, the brothers, the sisters, the mothers. We cannot bring them back, but we can ease the pain and let them at least know that Yehudim in Miami and Yehudim mikol olam, there's Jews all around the world, and even Gentiles. My neighbor came to me before I came here the first time, gave me money, and he said to me, every soldier you meet, please give him this, and he gave me pins to give to him. It's amazing, and we do have friends there. Don't think we don't have friends. We have friends that are not Jewish, and we have. But when we're united, other people join us. When we're not united, no one wants to be involved.
Right. I want to give a bit of a background because people know you through your social media, and you don't just smile and, like a lot of social media stars and say a few jokes. You work. You do. People get to know your stories through your social media. But who are you? You come from a very big family from Australia. Is this how you became so involved also with children? So you're natural with children. Children are attracted to you. They love you. You come from a family of 17 children?
Yeah, no, that's what they told me. Last time I was at home, that's what they told me. 17 children. And
your number?
Mother, I'm number 5.
Okay.
And my mother, the way that my parents ran the military base that we had, is the older children took care of the younger ones. So I was already changing kids' diapers, nappies. I brought up the kids. So when I got married, I was
One second, they're all like you? All like super...
I mean, none of us are adopted. But it's a very colorful family, a beautiful family. Some of them were all different styles. We have doctors, rabbis. We just don't have plumbers. That's the only thing. We need one. We need one.
Yeah. Are you close?
Yes.
You keep in
There's
touch?
many of us that are very close, but there's a few of us that live in Miami, so I'm very close with the ones that are local by us. There's ones that I see a lot more over here in Israel because I visit. And so we have a quarter in Miami, a quarter in Israel, and the rest of them are back. We work in percentage-wise.
You think the background helps you now with your work? I mean, I've seen you with the families. I've seen you with the children. Children come up to you as if you're their uncle.
They call me.
It's not easy.
It's a few weeks ago I was walking down over here around the corner from here for the shuk.
Yeah.
The little boy on my shoulders with the family were walking. His name was Hod Kalmanson. His father is a Gibor Yisrael. His name was Elchanan Kalmanson. He went out from Otniel to the south when he heard what was going on, and he went and he saved with him and his brother Menachem and his nephew, saved over 100 people. In the last house, unfortunately, he was killed in. And he's the only person, Elchanan Kalmanson, the only person in Israel that has a logo, 2 logos on his matzeva. The Tzahal, he was from the IDF, and the Mossad. And the family never knew this.
Wow.
These are what special people we have in Am Yisrael. Little Hod was on my shoulders, walking down the shuk, and somebody screams out to him, Eze Yafeh, how beautiful it is to see his father and a son on the shoulders. And little Hod turns around to him and he goes, En li Abba, I don't have a father. And I get goosebumps still saying the story because we're all looking at each other. The older siblings were looking at each other. And that's the reality. We won't be able to bring back his father, but I want Hod to remember for the rest of his life that Jews from all around the world came here, helped him, took care of his family, and that's what we're doing. And we're trying to do one person, one family at a time. I'm on my way to Ofakim today, visiting 8 families that need the assistance. We're heading down to Nativot. We're going to go to Sderot today. I'll be going back to Kerem Shalom later on to help another family that's helping rebuild. There's a lot going on there. And anybody that wants to get involved can get involved. Find your niche and get involved. I promise you.
Yes, but you need your personality.
That's to do the crazy stuff, but you can be doing the normal stuff.
Yeah. Do you sleep at night?
So, since
You've
October, there's been some. I come back sometimes to Jerusalem. I base myself out of Jerusalem, and really I should be based out of the south,
right?
Because I'm there all the time. I'm there nearly every single day when I'm in Israel. But sometimes it's very difficult. I'm coming back and I'm meeting. Some people, you walk into their home and you feel like October 7th happened a few hours ago. And there's nothing, and you walk in and you feel death in the air, and you feel the walls are crying, and there's a house, there's a few homes that we're actually going there to repaint, just to bring life to the home. We're doing a garden. Some of the homes, we're doing over 4 gardens now in the south, just to bring life to the families, because that's what they want. Our job is to be able to do whatever we can to these families, because the families here in Israel represent all of the Jewish people. Until now, we were scattered all over.
Yeah.
October 7th brought a Tzav Shmona. Everyone in the Jewish nation around the world was called for reserve duty to do whatever you can to assist the people that live here b'mesirat nefesh. There's no more front lines. Everywhere's front lines. Jerusalem, yes. Tel Aviv, and Kfar Saba are all front lines. They don't want Jews anywhere. Unfortunately, it took us October 7th for the Jewish world to know this. I've been screaming it out to my mates back in Miami and all over. But it took this for them to realize.
You brought also heroes to Miami. You brought Israel to Miami.
Which is crazy that we need to inspire the people in diaspora as well. I've realized that these heroes, these people that, see, these are regular people that did superhuman acts on that day. That's what happened. These are heroes above and beyond. When I'm sitting next to Rami Agibor, I'm sitting next to
Rami Davidian.
Rami Davidian from Patish that went out on October 7th and saved hundreds and hundreds of people with his team of his family from Patish. It's a Kurdish town. When I met Rami, I didn't even know he was Jewish. You know, this is when no one knew who Rami was. I just bumped into him. He told me, I helped out that day. What do you mean you helped out that day? I found that out afterwards. It took me 3 visits when I walked into his house. He invited me to his house. You remember, in the beginning of the war, no one knew what, where, and how.
Right.
And I walked into Rami. I met him once, met him twice, and the 3rd time he said to me, come and visit me in my house. I was a little scared, huh? I didn't know who he was. I thought he was Bedouin. That's the truth. And he knows the story now. And I walked into his house. And I said, yes, lo mezuzah. He had the mezuzah. I was so happy. And ever since
you put on tefillin with Rami?
We put on tefillin. He puts tefillin on me. And,
into each other.
Yeah.
You met Rachel also, the
Rachel from
hero of the
Ofakim.
cookies,
These are all
and her husband who passed away.
David. So David spent the last 2 weeks of his life in Miami, the last 2 weeks of his active life in Miami. And Rachel tells me that she thanks me every time I see her, just that we brought him such laughter and excitement. And I keep on sending them videos that I took of our time. I knew Davido for 4 or 5 weeks. That's all I knew before he passed away. But we became so close. I used to go visit him in the south all the time when he became not well. And my engagement party was the exact same hour of his levaya. Yeah. And he wanted to be at our simcha. And he was there.
I wanted to get to this right after that you're getting married. Mazal tov. This is amazing. Here in Israel, of course. Everybody's invited.
We did it at a crazy time. I said, we got to get engaged in Judea and Samaria during the time of war, because they're not going to. Hamas already destroyed so much of us. We can't let them destroy any more Yom Tovim. They've taken away Simchas Torah. They've changed out. We cannot allow them to rule and destroy our lives. We need to grow. We need to become. And I did not want to really do this at this time. And it was the families that I spoke to, that I'm with, and they tell me,
they love you.
Joseph, get engaged, get married. Now is the time, even more.
How important is your future wife in this role? Does she understand who she's getting married into?
Esty is my voice of reason.
Amazing.
She keeps me straight and the narrow.
Which is not easy.
And she can handle my craziness.
That's
and
incredible.
She supports it. And she encourages me. She was the first one that told me, get on a plane and go. I know you want to be there.
Wow.
And she was there. She saw me. You have to understand that we were sitting there not knowing what to do. And I was edging. I was watching. Come on, we've got to do something. And the least we could do is come here to help. So that was, for me, it's a schut. It's a merit, because I know that every person that I speak would love to be doing what I'm doing.
People feel that.
It's a schut.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to be walking on the streets, to know these people, to talk to these people, to have them calling me up in the morning, to get a little voice message from Eina, from a little boy, Benaiah, that his father got killed. Another Elchanan, another legend. Unbelievable guy, a little kid. The stories I have with him, and his mother sends me every so often. He gets his mother's phone and he leaves me the most beautiful messages just to talk. And he calls me uncle. Told Joseph.
Incredible. You met Noah.
Noah.
The hostage yesterday. How was it?
Noah is the face of hope for Am Yisrael. Not into celebrity meetings. She's not a celebrity. She is a piece of Am Yisrael. Every Jew in the world saw that video of her being taken away, and we saw her coming back. It brought hope back. We needed that. It couldn't come at a more important time. It should have been a long time earlier, but Am Yisrael needed it. And I was in America visiting for a few days, collecting a few more dollars to be able to bring here, and that was the only time I was upset that I wasn't here, because I knew Israel, the people, needed that celebration. They needed that. And we were celebrating in Miami. We need that full celebration of all the Chatufim, all the hostages to come home and to bring in enough death, enough. We've had enough. Enough heroes.
258 days since October 7th. You managed to start an organization called heroism, Our Children. Tell me about it.
So heroism Shanu was started because I realized that we're dealing with hundreds or even thousands and thousands of children that they don't have fathers, they don't have mothers, they don't have brothers, sisters, they've lost the most precious, and they don't know what is going on. They're lost over here. And I said that if we can get, because like I said to you before, heroism Shanu was created because it's our children. It's a responsibility of the entire nation of Israel, whether you live here or especially if you don't live here. The people that live here b'meseret nefesh. To live in Israel, it's not an easier place. There's easier places to live in the world. And Miami is an example. Okay, you have no problem. Just going supermarket shopping here is not easy. No. Everything's difficult. And you're surrounded by people that want to kill you. We know that. But the upside to it is that at least over here we know who our enemies are. The people in the world, we don't know. But it's our responsibility, and I think the Jewish people around the world know that it's our responsibility. And heroism Shanu was created for the diaspora Jews to be able to assist the families here in Israel.
Unbelievable.
And it's direct help. It's not help that come out and fill out some form.
It goes from the person straight to you.
We did 16 bar and bat mitzvahs in Israel since October 7th. This is whatever they needed, we provided. We got Yishai Rebo to come to one of them. We got celebrities to come, whatever they needed. There was a girl that didn't want to have any type of celebration. She wanted to go away with some of her friends to Eilat, and that's what she wanted to do. They couldn't celebrate in Ofakim. They couldn't celebrate in the towns. Over here in Yehuda Shemron, we did some bar mitzvahs. They couldn't celebrate there. They went there. Whatever the families want, we're there to provide. And it's the smaller things, the bigger things, whether it's toys, whether it's camps, whether it's extra therapy, whether it's a computer, whether it's iPads. I mean, do you remember how many people were sitting here? Do people realize there's over 100,000 people that are refugees still in their own country over here? And most of them have been sitting on their iPhones doing Zoom because they don't have school. We have to go buy computers for people. We have to go buy iPads. These were the immediate things. It's not something that the government does their own things, and it takes time. We're here to help right now, not tomorrow. We'll be there to assist you now. And if anybody knows any families, they connect me with families, we'll be there to assist you.
Amazing. Joseph, as I imagined, you are a boost of strength, of positivity. And I live here and I am humbled by the work you're doing. I hope you can continue from like going bigger and bigger. Heroism Shelanu, your new organization, will put the information. I see your beautiful T-shirt.
And it's with the help of so many people from all over the world. I had a group from Long Island, absolute legends. They made a dinner for me. 2 groups of people from Long Island. They made a dinner just to explain to people what we're doing. And people just helped out beyond what you can imagine. I came back to Israel and I said, guys, we can work again. We have more money, because every time I used to come here, every time I come here, I've been here, mostly I've been here since October.
Yeah.
And it was difficult. I was scrambling to collect cuts. I used to pledge before I could even make it, before I could even do it. At least now people know what we're doing and they're really helping out, and whatever we could possibly get, the more we can get, the more we could help.
Amazing. Good luck.
Thank you.
We're here anytime you need, and good luck for your wedding coming up soon.
Thank you.
Mazal tov. And thank you for coming.
Stay strong, stay proud. Am Yisrael Chai.
Of course, Am Yisrael Chai. Well, as you heard, I have seen him with the kids, which is unreal. He's the warmth and how much they love him. These kids really adore him. Uncle Joseph. Joseph Wax, he's everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. and הילדים שלנו. Keep giving, be inspired. See you soon.